Thanks for watching. This is Neal Isaacs, the Raleigh business broker, and I'm answering another question from another business owner about how to sell a business. Today's question for Ask the Intermediary is from Barbara. Barbara asks, how do you price a business? How do I know what it's worth to sell? Well, Barbara, thank you for asking this. This is obviously a super important question for all business owners. I can test that a business owner doesn't know if they're ready for sale until they know how much they can get for their business. And there's a lot of mystique and rumor and misunderstanding around this. And I tell you how business owners value their business, and then how business buyers value a business. And then I'll tell you what really matters, which one's correct. So here's how a business owner tends to value their business. The business owner says, well, I worked really hard. I need to put my daughter through college. I want to pay for my boat, and I want to continue to get some proceeds from this because I worked really hard. There's a common theme here is I want, and it's based on some type of speculative value. It comes from the heart, really. Business ownership is so hard. Business owners tend to value their business on non-quantitative stuff or things that they need. Okay, now let's switch over to the business buyer. How does the business buyer value or price a business? This answer is more mathematical, and it's based on what the market will pay. It tends to come down to some percentage of annual sales or a multiple of the cash flow, the earnings of the business. Now, those are very loaded terms, but let me break that down a little bit farther. If a business does $1 million per year in annual sales, top line revenue, we take off what we collect to pay sales tax, if sales tax is collected, and that's all the money coming in the door. Typically, it's less than 1 times that. It's usually a percentage of that, whether it's 30%, 50%, or 60%. That really depends on the industry, and we have research to dive into that. Or, and I would say more importantly, it's based on the earnings. What is the value to the owner? What does the owner take from the business? So now we're not talking about the top line. We're talking about what about the bottom line? What does the owner put in their pocket, as people like to say, on an annual basis? Typically, you'll get more than 1 times of this. Could be 2 times, could be 3 times. Again, very industry specific and very specific to the nature of the earnings. Is it recurring? Is it rare? Is it in demand? These are some of the factors that go into that. And again, what have other businesses like yours sold for? That's the #1 determining factor. What have they sold? Their multiple of earnings or percentage of cash flow. Last but not least, what if your business isn't making money? What if it's losing money? And we see this, unfortunately, sometimes. Then we divert down to what are the value of the assets? If you were to sell off your vehicles and your furniture and your equipment, that's usually the base value. That's a liquidation value, essentially. So that's the lowest level. Businesses that are mature, supporting the lives of their owners and paying the rent and having some money left over, typically they're worth more than the value of the assets. But sometimes new businesses or businesses that someone has walked away from and let them go, we have to look at that asset value, the fair market asset value, as the lowest range. Barbara, I hope that's helpful. If you have more specific questions, I know I kept it kind of general regarding how to price a business, but the answer to the question is it really is the business buyer that determines the value of the business. The business owner can ask for whatever he or she wants, but it's the buyers that buy the businesses. So we have to see what their options are, and they tend to go with what the market will dictate. We have research to tell us what that is, so that's where I can help. My name is Neal Isaacs. I am the Raleigh business broker. I live and breathe this stuff all day. If you have a question about the value of your business, reach out to me. Happy to answer your questions about a business. If you have a question you'd like to hear more about content on this channel, please put it in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. As always, thank you for watching. Couldn't do this without you, and I enjoy your feedback. Until next time, this is Neal Isaacs, the Raleigh business broker, signing off.